found. I done saw some iniquity. When the Lord saw iniquity, the Father saw iniquity in Satan. What did he do with Satan? Put him out. Because iniquity, what is the result of iniquity? I just told y'all. What is the result? Huh? Exactly. So why would you want to keep someone around hate you?
That's why he told Judas to go ahead and do what he do it quickly.
So if I ever make that kind of move, you better believe it's because I saw some iniquity. Iniquity is not going to let you submit or become a part of. It's not. It just ain't going to let you do it. Because you're going to have your own agenda. You'll be sitting in trim trying to create your own trim. You pulling people to the side. You having private conversations, to try to get them to be on your team. Not part of the team, but on your team. When iniquity is there, you will have external conversations, which means you will talk about me with other people. You'll do all that stuff when iniquity is in you. And then come in the atmosphere, and because I'm sensitive, I feel the iniquity. And the iniquity is trying to rise up, against me. And I got to fight just to try to do what I need to do because I got to battle against this iniquity. No, I just do what the Lord say. Let's just kiss. Say goodbye. Iniquity. The result of it is hate. You all know, being honest, even myself, being honest, when there has been iniquity in your heart, you do not like them folk. Period. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb, as they say. You don't like them folk. And because you don't like them folk, there is nothing good that you're going to say about them or try to do in any form to help them. And I'm saying that that's how we are, but I'm also trying to tell y'all that that is how someone is that will have iniquity in their heart against you. They ain't gonna say nothing good. They ain't gonna do nothing good. They now become dangerous because they are now an external. They're an external entity. They're no longer an internal. Any questions or any comments? Y'all, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Be open about it. Share your experience if you done, face this or whatever the case may be. Let's talk about it. I just feel that in the air. Let's talk about it.
That's heavy what you just said because it's like when you can't find somebody to say something good about somebody, that reveals who they really are or what they really thinking. And it's like, it just made me be like, whoo.
Mm-hmm. There is iniquity there. There is iniquity. And iniquity, result of iniquity is what, Trim?
Hate.
Hate.
And it also, it even just thinking about times with myself where I didn't agree with somebody or it was a problem between us. It's like it almost like it was made me clog up. Like I ain't have nothing to say. And then a lot of people get in excuse. You ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. But really, it's like the underlying issue is hate. I can't stand them.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Just even like thinking about my lineage and the way we handle things so long, we've always been known as kind of like sweep it under the rug people, saying don't deal with the issue. And, the last couple of years, God has been dealing with me. And that, I see image written over that and how the heart becomes so tainted. And in the last few years, I have begun to also notice how much just being able to talk to the individual, not even to outside, people or anything, how alleviating it is just to have the conversation. Because I mean, the intent of whatever you're saying could not even be wrong, but it's just a simple fact of saying you still didn't discuss it with the person you need to discuss it with, even if it means you have to go back. They say, hey, you might need to look at yourself with that because I'm good, or whatever that is. And I don't know, it's still learning how to be an active communicator, and with the image not worry so much about how people gonna take it, and just free yourself. Free yourself. There's been several conversations I've had, and it'd be like, just a piece. Because I don't like, don't nobody like carrying that stuff around. I don't know. I say I don't. I don't like carrying that stuff around. And, just being able to make resolve with myself. So I see so many things I've dealt with through the years or whatever, and how it all boils down to image.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anybody else want to share?
And I was just going to say, even with the iniquity part of it, like when somebody hates you, they're going to move different around you. I know I did. When I didn't like nobody, I moved different. When I didn't care for them, I moved different. So it's like there have been that, even as people that's close to you, even when there's an issue, it's like you can pick up on certain things. And if you don't address it, that's when that stuff get bitter, really bitter, and it builds up a bigger wall that you're eventually going to have to end up tearing it down anyway. Because when you say you know God and God is in you, He gonna make you deal with that anyway. So it's like it's gonna be a bigger thing if it's not addressed.
Mm-hmm. Like the biggest thing is if y'all would bring your mind to a place of understanding how these things operate. Like Satan, for instance, was let's talk about Lucifer. Lucifer was the first angel, that was created. He was, according to the text of what theologians say, he was the first angel that was created. He was an anointed cherub that covered. He was blessed to be gifted. He was anointed cherub that covered, which represents the fact that he was an intercessor. So he was there to cover and protect the throne of God. He served as an intercessor. He served as an armor bearer. He had pipes, which represent the fact that he had the ability to lead in worship. So he had all these things that were about him, multi-gifted. I mean, multi-gifted. Till iniquity was found in him. Till iniquity was found in him. So he was created with these things, which means that a person can see these things or desire for you to have these things, operate in these things. But they can't do nothing with that iniquity that's in your heart. That iniquity is what you got to deal with. It clearly uses the word found. It says until iniquity was found. Yeah, I found it. I see it. I see it. That little something right there is going to be enough to cause you the whole kingdom. That little bit right there. Why? Because it's iniquity. What is iniquity? Iniquity means you hate the one that the Lord has given for your life, or you hate God. When I say the one that the Lord has given for your life, which means you can hate the leader that the Lord has set in your life. They are a replica of God. That is the God in the earth for your life. So you can literally have iniquity, which means you pick up something against them and literally have hatred in your heart concerning them. And so when it was found, the Lord said, you got to go. You got to go. So he releases him out. But then what he does is he comes down to earth and starts trying to recreate what he saw while he was in heaven. So when the Lord started talking to them in Exodus, he was telling them, don't do what Lucifer did. Do not create any graven images of what you see in heaven. Don't try to create this, recreate this for yourself. Don't literally try to attempt to make anything a God that is not God. Don't do that. Because it's going to be classified as a graven image, which means it's going to eventually hit the grave. The car going to tear up after a while. The money going to run out after a while. The job will close after a while, or whatever the case may be. The child will die after a while, or disappoint you majorly after a while. It's a graven image, is what he was saying. So he's using all of that in context. And when you understand the flow of how this stuff is set up, you can protect yourself from a lot of things. You can keep yourself from a lot of things. Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, what? Believe them. Believe them. When that iniquity was found in that joker's heart, did God tarry or did he release him? He released him. He released him. Because hate is equated to murder. It says, if you hate your brother, you have already murdered him. So he said, there's no need of me keeping you around. You subject to kill me. Folks will say, I wouldn't do nothing like that. I wouldn't. Well, let me show you some ways that you can kill your pastor. Put your mouth on him. Murder. Murdering my reputation. And I'm not saying it's being done. I'm just giving y'all examples. It's murder. To know that somebody, like despises me, or whatever the case may be, and you just sit there and don't say anything about it, it's murder. So what if they was to do something to me and you knew something about it and you didn't say anything? So yeah. So hate is equated to murder. And there are different forms of murder. But it's a result of iniquity found in the heart. So if you have iniquity, or if you are encountering iniquity inside of hearts, be careful. Be very careful. Be careful. Be careful.